Okay, with comparing these, let's see, 4 divided by 3, so the 4 would make it inside the house and the 3 would get stuck outside. And 3 goes into 4 once, and I'm going to get point 3. 3 times 3 is 9. I'm going to get a repeating digit here. We're going to get 1.3 repeating. So that's basically like 1.33, whereas this is 1.30. Of course, this goes on and on. But 33 hundredths is going to be bigger than 30 hundredths, so greater than would be the symbol there. For this one, they're both in decimal form, which is helpful. Since this one has 3 digits behind the decimal, let's just go ahead and add a 0 so we can compare it evenly. So this is 65 thousandths. This is 60 thousandths. Well, normally, if they were both positive, 65 would be bigger than 60. But since they're both negatives, it's exactly the opposite. So 65 thousandths is going to be less than 60 thousandths. So that would be your symbol there. For C, when they're both fractions, the easiest thing to do is find a common denominator. And in this case, the common denominator for 9 and 11 would be 99. So if I multiply by 11 here, negative 2 times 11 is negative 22 99ths. And this I would have to multiply by 9. This is going to be negative 27 99ths. Well, if they were both positive, 22 would be smaller than 27. Since they're both negative, it's exactly the opposite, so you should have had a greater than symbol here. Okay, for part D, let's definitely deal with the negatives separately from the positives. Okay, so we know that these first 3 slots are going to go to the negatives. Well, negative 1.5 is obviously the smallest because normally it would be the biggest. Negative 9/10 is negative 0.9. And if I put a 0 here, now I'm comparing 95 to 90 in terms of hundredths. Normally, 95 would be the biggest out of these two, but since it's negative, it's going to be the smallest. So negative 95 hundredths would come next. Negative 9/10 comes next. And now I look at my positives. Well, 3 halves, that's 3 divided by 2. Some of you did 2 divided by 3. 3 divided by 2 is 1.5. Or you could have thought of that as 1.5, which is the same thing as 1.5. But when you compare 1.5, 0, with 1.05, obviously 1.05 is going to be smaller than 1.5, which is 3 halves. So that was your final answer there.